Hello and welcome back to Fossil Frenzy, the series where we talk about all things prehistoric. I know I had promised an uptick in episodes this year, and luckily we have been helped out majorly by multiple recent big scientific papers dropping. If you guys know anything about our group, you should know we travel to New Mexico yearly and just absolutely love the area, people, history, and are always excited to hear about the dinosaurs who once roamed the land. Which brings us to the new scientific paper, which looks to recover a sister taxon to the king of the dinosaurs. So join us today as we talk about Tyrannosaurus mcraeensis. So yes, recently a brand new paper, a giant tyrannosaur from the companion Maastrichtian of southern North America and the evolution of Tyrannosaur gigantism by Sebastian G. Dahlman, Mark A. Lowen, R. Alexander Pyron, Stephen E. Jasinski, D. Edward Malinzak, Spencer G. Lucas, Anthony R. Frahillo, Philip J. Curry, and Nicholas R. Longrich was published. This article takes a look at a fossil specimen that was originally attributed to Tyrannosaurus rex and gives reasoning it represents a separate species in the genus Tyrannosaurus. And no, this isn't the three Tyrannosaurus paper, nor is this specimen in question the one from Texas, which gave rise in some circles to the nickname Alamo-Tyrannus. No, this specimen is a collection of fossil material now housed at the New Mexico Museum of Natural History and Science in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The holotype NMMNHP3698 is made up of a partial skull including right postorbital and squamosal left palatine, fragment of maxilla and lower jaws including left dentary, prearticular, angular and articular, isolated teeth, and associated chevrons. Some quick takeaways from the paper are Tyrannosaurus mcraeensis 1. Predates Rex by 6 to 7 million years. 2. Is a sister taxon to T-Rex. 3. Rivals Rex in size. And 4. Suggests Tyrannosaurini originated in southern Laramidia. So let us start with points 2 and 4, the relationship to Rex and how it changes our views of where Tyrannosaurini originated. Where the Tyrannosaurus lineage, Tyrannosaurini, originated was unknown, with Tyrannosaurus appearing suddenly in the latest Maastrichtian. Up till now, the closest relatives to Rex came from Asia in the forms of Tarbosaurus and Zhucheng tyrannus. This led to the theory that the Tyrannosaur lineage got large in Asia and migrated to the Americas via land bridge. With the study looking at specimen NMMNHP3698 and recovering it as a distinct taxon, but also Rex's closest relative, it changes this notion. The presence of Tyrannosaurus mcraeensis in New Mexico and its phylogenetic position suggests Tyrannosaurini originated as part of the southern fauna. Quick divergent while we are discussing phylogenetic bracketing, but one thing I had found interesting is Daspletosaurus horneri was actually not kind of clustered together with the other two species of Daspletosaurus, at least not as closely related as we might think. Also, no mention of Nanotyrannus in this bracket, even with one of the same authors of that paper on this one as well. Some more evidence toward this being a new species was noting how other specimens of dinosaurs from this formation had once been assigned to other genus of dinosaurs, and in recent years, with more research, had been assigned to another, i.e. Torosaurus to Sierraceratops. This also shows correlation in both Tyrannosaurini and Triceratopsini in growing to large sizes in the southern Laramidia and dispersing north. This can be supported further for Tyrannosaurini by a specimen of Tyrannosaurus from the Javelina Formation in Texas, i.e. the infamous Alamo-Tyrannus. So you may be asking, what exactly distinguishes the Hull Lake Tyrannosaur from Tyrannosaurus rex? The authors did note that while the differences may be subtle, so are those seen in the different species of Daspletosaurus. They also noted that each bone has at least one diagnostic character and therefore is an outlier amongst all known Tyrannosaurus specimens, even with known degree in variation seen in T-Rex. So how big was T. mcraeensis. It looks like it would have rivaled T-Rex in size, as seen in some of these measurements in the different bones. So take the dentary, for example. The dentary measures 645 millimeters from the tip back to the level of the coronoid process. The bone measures about 894 millimeters along the axis as preserved, though it is damaged, and may have measured about 900 millimeters when complete. You compare this to the Rex holotype, the same measurements are 589 millimeters and 855 millimeters. Scotty, one of the largest specimens of Tyrannosaurus known, to coronoid process length measurement 650 millimeters. So definitely pretty close, if not similar in size for sure in those measurements. So kind of just in the appearance, think of Rex as characterized by a robust skeleton, powerful bone-crushing jaws growing to 12 meters long and up to 10 tons in weight. Tyrannosaurus mcraeensis would have been of similar size, closing in at 12 meters and 9 to 10 tons. Some of the papers actually say 10 tons. So this is definitely rivaling Tyrannosaurus and Giganotosaurus up there at the top of the theropod hierarchy. But think of T. mcraeensis as, at least looking at the face, which is kind of like the hallmark of Tyrannosaurus. Everyone thinks of that big skull and jaw, right? But whereas Sue and Scotty and all these Tyrannosaurus, a really boxy, big skull. Think of T. mcraeensis as a thicker chin, but less boxy skull, kind of closer to that of Tarbosaurus. So kind of looking at some of the other bones, while the postorbital is typical of Tyrannosaurines in bearing a massive coronal boss projecting above the postorbital dorsal margin, the coronal boss is C-shaped here in T. mcraeensis as in Tarbosaurus, but lacks the strong anteroventral expansion or undercut margin seen in Tarbosaurus or T-Rex. The frontal/prefrontal suture projects forward, whereas downturned in T-Rex. The squamosal recalls T-Rex, but does differ from T-Rex holotype, where the squamosal is straight and having a strongly downturned in the lateral view, though it is noted by the authors that some specimens of Tyrannosaurus rex show this feature as well. So yeah, just kind of a brief overview, not as long as the Nanotyrannus video, but super exciting news for sure to have like these two kind of really well circulated news stories about dinosaurs so quickly together to kick off 2024 has been absolutely exciting. If this is how the year is going to go, it's going to be a fantastic year. And like I said, always excited to learn more stuff about New Mexico, quickly kind of rivaling Wyoming for the team's like kind of second home. We go there yearly, be it for Billy the Kid stuff. We do the Roswell stuff. We've seen Smokey the Bear, the Capulan volcano, and I even bought this shirt because it reminded me of New Mexico. So yeah, super excited to be able to talk about this one a little bit. Definitely this one's seen some pushback. I've seen more pushback for this one than Nanotyrannus, but maybe because so many people kind of just write that one off anyways already. But much like I felt about that one, I think this one will also probably get a official rebuttal paper at some point. It doesn't make some better distinguishing marks between these two species of Tyrannosaurus and the last time we covered multiple Tyrannosaurus specimens. I think so. But let's take it from a Tyrannosaurus expert in Thomas Carr, who we did talk about in our Nanotyrannus video, and is noted as saying, the features in the New Mexico specimen that supposedly make it unique are seen among other T-Rex fossils. The differences are not discrete and obvious. Instead, they are like shades of gray or shapes in clouds. I have seen the specimen myself several times and nothing leaps out to me as anything different than other Tyrannosaurus rex adults. So yeah, we'll keep you updated. We actually already have another project. It's not even one of the fossil specimens or locations from Colorado, but yet another scientific paper has dropped while recording this one. And kind of like Tyrannosaurus, it's about another animal we've talked a lot about on the channel. And we kind of hope to kind of get away and talk about some new ones. But hey, it's a big paper, definitely controversial, so stay tuned. Probably not next week, but in a couple weeks you will see that one drop. But until next time, guys, for more Fossil Frenzy, click that link to your left. For more about what we're doing here at Cool's Paranormal, click that link to your right. And don't forget to hit that like and give us a subscribe. And let us know, do you think T. mcraeensis stands the test of time? And is it officially a second species of Tyrannosaurus? Let us know. Comments below.